Hi everybody. So day 5 of Savor at Home. This one's probably going to be pretty short, but what we're trying today is a pretty unique whiskey. It's by Seven Stills Distillery and Brewery. It's called Chocasmoke. Chocasmoke whiskey. So what the Seven Stills Distillery and Brewery does is they brew beers and then make whiskeys out of them. It provides some really, really interesting whiskeys, especially with the craft beer boom that's happening. These are definitely craft whiskeys that are pretty unique in flavor. So this whiskey in particular is distilled from a chocolate oatmeal stout beer that has been fermented using some peat smoked barley. So there should be a little bit of smokiness in here, as well as a lot of rich malty chocolate notes. This distillery is up in San Francisco, and it's pretty hard to come by these bottles. I'm usually able to find them in like Total Wines, and they're small bottles. And I think I paid like $30 or $40 for this bottle. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure around $40 for this. So after it is distilled, it's then matured for about 6 months. So it's a pretty short maturation, and it's done in small barrels. This probably means like quarter casks, which increase the surface area to volume ratio. So surface area of exposed wood to volume of booze, which means you're getting a lot more interaction of the booze, of the whiskey, with the barrel. So this does a number of different things, and not always good things. So more wood is not better. It can give you a lot of tannic notes, and it can really result in just essentially an unbalanced whiskey if you're pulling out too many flavors from the wood and not letting a lot of these reactions, these esterification reactions within the barrel happen to kind of mellow everything out. If anyone has questions about that, please let me know. But yeah, let's go ahead. Oh, you want to check out the really cool artwork, because Seven Stills is known for their artwork. I believe they use local artists to do the artwork on all the bottles, so they're pretty unique bottles. There's the back. Oh, look, it's reversed because this is a mirror. Okay, great. So we'll go ahead and get started. So nosing this right off the bat, it kind of smells like what you think it's going to smell like. It smells like a distilled beer, which sounds pretty silly since whiskey is essentially just distilled beer, but it has a lot more notes of a stout that you would get. So I'd say it's probably a little bit more of like a raw whiskey, not one that has, 6 months been aged long enough to really develop its own characteristics. It's still pretty young. But that doesn't mean it's bad. I'm getting a lot of really sweet notes, definitely some chocolate, a little bit of brininess. It's almost pickly, but yeah, but more of like a sweet pickly thing to it. So kind of some cereal notes, malty notes. Yeah, the nose is interesting, and interesting in a good way. Yeah. It tastes like what you think it would taste like as well. like a distilled beer. So like a really, really high proof beer. Again, not a bad thing. It's definitely really unique, and there's that like really roasty barleyness to it. That's even a word. And I'm not getting too much of the peat. Again, I do like really heavily peated whiskeys, so I'm not picking that up all too much. It's a little bit more subtle. I mean, there's definitely some smokiness there, but not super peaty. It's good. It's very interesting. It's a really interesting whiskey to have in your collection, or if you like the interesting bottle. But yeah, so all right, guys, thanks for tuning in.